So this was the very pillow that I was sewing the day that Sky passed away. I was actively sewing right here in the studio, and you know, towards where you are as the camera, like back to that left side here is an exercise bike, and Sky went and laid down there. I found her and she was breathing heavy. We took her over to another side of the basement to get a better look at her under better light, and we knew right away something was wrong. And indeed, she had liver cancer and she had a massive lipoma on her leg. She did pass away of liver cancer. It looks like the day she passed away, her spleen ruptured is what the vet believes has happened there. And so, you know, she was just like filling with fluid. Her gums were losing color, all the classic things of internal bleeding. So we knew, the vet confirmed, it's like definitely it was her time. And so we said goodbye to her on Sunday, November 19th, 2023. So I just want to share with you a couple of things here about Sky. I do plan to make a tribute video for her. It's just taken me so long to do anything around this stuff. It's super emotional for me. When we got her cremated, we did ask for a little bundle of her hair, and they chose just the most beautiful little sampling of her fur and bundled it together so professionally. It's so beautiful. I'm so grateful to have this. And boy, I can't remember the name of the company we got this from right now. If I can get it for you, I'll let you know. If you're ever saying goodbye to your pet, these people were amazing. Along with that, we did take, you can see here, a paw print. That is an actual impression of Sky's paw. And it's just nice to have, right? Builds memories, and it's just precious to me. This here is our beloved Sky. We bought the prettiest, most beautiful ornate urn. I'm trying to remember what these things are called. We bought the prettiest, most ornate urn that money could buy. Barely is enough for her if you ask me. But our precious girl is inside of this here. And I just want to share with you, our eldest Sam had made this book for me for Christmas. It's one of these pre-order books that you can get, and it's just a beautiful little memory book of our beloved Sky. You can see there's a picture of her as a little baby, and then it just goes right into her adult pictures. I'll just point out, you can see here the massive lipoma that she had on her leg. Guys, the thing was like the size of a volleyball. It really was so large. And she also had liver cancer. This picture's pretty special. That was our last summer together. In fact, that was probably within 60 days of when she passed away. Like it was September or October, that picture. I'll just share with you guys. Here she is with the bunny. We do see her fur was quite raggy looking, and she was never really trained well to be groomed, and as a result, we didn't really push that too much. So she always looked a little bit ragged, but we loved her all the same. And this is an absolutely gorgeous picture of our girl, right? You can see, I think I'm missing the odd page here, guys, but in any event, that was when she turned 14. Little did we know that we only had about 3 weeks left with her at that point in time. Here she is. Look how happy she looks here. She's so beautiful. And then finally, that there is in the last 10 minutes with her when I was saying goodbye. So you know what, guys, there's a day goes by I don't miss her, and she's gonna be in my forever pack one day. You know, I'm gonna find her on the other side when I leave this earth too. So anyways, because Sky passed away while I was sewing, I have actually found it difficult to return to this. To be honest, I've kind of done two things. So I made those dogs for a friend just before Christmas. Around March, I made this one. I'm looking at making them out of this nice velour type cushion material. I'm gonna probably sell these on a shop that I'm gonna open. And I made this blouse. And that's about all I've done in 10 months. It's been hard for me to return to sewing for a variety of reasons. Some of it is work. Sometimes I struggle with my efficiencies. It gets busy, and that's one thing. But then I had a lot of very guilty feelings about returning to sewing because she was suffering right under my nose as I was making this dog, and I think it was an hour or two before I noticed that she was in a bad way. And so I think it's just been triggering for me, you know, a little bit sensitive. But I am glad to be back to sewing and sharing it with you guys. So this here is a picture of our beautiful, beloved Sky. She was one of the sweetest, most gentle souls you could ever know, and we just love her so much. So now, just give me a second. I'm going to move this stuff about Sky out of the way so we can move into a conversation about sewing, and let's give you a sewing update from Cassie Sews. One second. Okay, so now that we've talked about that, please be assured, guys, that I will be at some point making a tribute video for Sky, and I'll share it with you. In the last year, my husband and I together did also start a new YouTube channel because it was 5 or 6 weeks after Sky passed, we got another puppy. It's very important in our house, owning a dog. I find it keeps me moving. It gets me outside. Like, there's this whole lifestyle that comes with owning a dog, and it really forces you to live beyond yourself, so you can't stew about your own stuff in your head too much, and it gets you out there and gets you moving, right? So we did get another Shetland sheepdog, just like you saw what Sky looked like, and she's beautiful and she's lovely. I'll introduce you to her. I'll put a picture up. But she's also a puppy, so her energy is just wild. She really keeps us busy, which also has factors to do with how much sewing I have or have not had time to do. So in any event, guys, you know I love my Dachshund dog pillows. Even though I don't own a Dachshund dog, you have to admit these are super cute little pillows, right? And as described, I'm working on like two-tone ones in these velours. I have like some pink and white, some blue that I might do just like, it's a peacock blue. I might just do blue on blue. I think I have some grays and stuff. So I'm experimenting with different looks here with these pillows. And I am opening a shop like with our new YouTube channel. It's called Miley and Me. I'll post a link somewhere and in the description down below. Please, guys, if you're willing to watch Cassie Sews, I'd be so honored if you'd hop on over to Miley and Me and watch what we're up to over there. That is where we are posting quite a bit more regular from this household, because when it comes to the dog videos, my husband can edit them and we can get these upload going. The problem with the sewing channel is we tried for a while, my husband and I, me making a video and then him, you know, trying to edit it, and he'd always end up cutting out the very pieces of footage that I was like, yeah, that's the part I was going to use. And then other parts, he was seeing different things in me, and I'm like, you're really not seeing what I was seeing to build this project. So it would end up that I'd have to do all the planning, all the setup, all the videoing, and then all the editing, which is why it becomes very, very tedious to make a sewing tutorial video. And that's why, unfortunately, I have become very infrequent at them. But I am hoping over this next year, even if it's only just once a month or once every 6 weeks, I am going to stay in touch with you guys. I'm going to share with you projects I'm working on and stuff like that. So with the new channel that I have about me and my dog, our new dog's name is Miley, and the channel quite simply is called Miley and Me, because it's all about the adventures of her and I together. And sometimes even my husband is willing to get on that video. So it's pretty cool. I'd love it if you check that out. And you'll see how I'm going to be sewing and crafting things to sell in a Miley and Me boutique shop that I'm going to open. So you can see how the dog channel and the sewing, they're kind of going to intertwine with each other a little. It'll be kind of cool. So I'm just going to move these little doggies over here, and going to talk to you about next projects and what I've been doing. So you can see here this blouse that I have made. This is a pattern by Vogue, pattern number V1387. The design is by Rebecca Taylor. Full price sewing patterns are quite pricey. So I tend to live out of that sale bin, which means this pattern that's worth like $30 or $33, I paid $5.99 out of the sale bin. But you have to know that generally when something is in the sale bin at the big fabric store like that, they're probably phasing it out of the actual sewing book. So if you wanted this pattern, check the sale bins at your local fabric store if you have them, or you might want to watch if they're still available online. When you go to somethingdelightful.com, I think it's called, is where or is it just now simplicity.com, where you can buy patterns online. You may still be able to get copies of this on the actual website. It is an American website, so if you're in the USA, the shipping's probably just going to be taken care of. You will have a bit of shipping fees to pay if you're shipping to Canada or anywhere else in the world, okay? But as you can see, I really like the pattern. It's got a soft, lovely flow to it. And then I'll tell you me and my bargain hunting, right? So I got the pattern for $5.99. Then I got this black fabric here out of the sale bin. Oh, it was like $3 or $4. And then this soft pale pink here that I just picked up, that it matched so nicely with the pink inside the flowers. That one, I think I paid $2 or $3 for. Like, I paid under $8 for the fabric for this blouse. It's a self-face blouse. It doesn't even use interfacing, so it's like quite the bargain. I mean, between all this together and the thread, the whole thing cost me maybe 15 Canadian dollars to make or less. And as you guys know, I love a bargain. I love to brag about a bargain. I don't know, it just makes me happy. I feel like I beat the system somehow or something like that. So I just want to share with you. I'm going to turn around. You see, it's a really pretty blouse. Rather than me model it for you, I do have it on my dress form because I've actually gained a few pounds in the last year. I think she wears it better than me right now, so that's what we're gonna do. But I just want to share with you here, like, look at the detail in the sleeve here. I don't know if you can see it as much, maybe through the sketch there, but you can see this comes down and it has a little side gusset here. Same thing on the other side, right? Here's what the back of it looks like. It's just, you know, it's drawstring. The drawstring is the fabric, but it has an elastic in the center back. So when you're wearing this thing, you don't actually feel that drawstring pressing on your waist at all. It actually moves with you quite naturally. The original pattern did not call for these piping lines in an alternate color there, but I really wanted that color contrast with the sleeve caps and inserting that there. I felt like it tied it all together. So I just came up with that on my own. And quite honestly, if you're looking to do that, wherever your seams join, you're just gonna make a piece of fabric that's about, I don't know, 5/8 of an inch, right? You're gonna fold it in half, or maybe it's an inch and you fold it in half, and by the time you're stitching 1/4 inch, you're leaving however much sticking out. Maybe I'll show you in a tutorial sometime. But with this here blouse, it was quite interesting to make, because you end up, first you do there's actually little pleats here. I don't know if you can see the pleats on either side there, right? First you do the pleats, and then you attach this self-facing here. It's just fabric, right? That's actually stitched there now to hold it, just like the design. And you end up assembling these parts, and then there are 2 buttonholes here where your drawstring goes in. And believe it or not, it's like one of the very first things you stitch on the outfit. And it really threw me for a loop, because I'm used to, like, buttonholes and stuff are done at the end. And I was all worried, like, how am I going to fit this? Because this skirt part, the peplum, if you will, is actually attached at the waist. This is not one straight piece of fabric any which way. So in any event, when it came to actually attaching the bottom and the top, it turned out my buttonholes were getting cut off in the middle. I actually had to re-stitch them and kind of snip through some threads, but I did get that attached. Once you have your 2 pieces there, you end up attaching these shoulders, and if you look at the back yokes here, like they're this really weird triangle shape. So until you actually attach the back, this thing looks like so strange, right? But it's quite a brilliant pattern. You can see it's very pretty. I chose a soft, feminine, really beautiful fabric. It's just a polyester fabric, guys. It's not expensive. It's not too precious, but I mean, I'm talking about the flow and the drape of this. I think it's really lovely, and I'm pretty proud of the color combo I came up with there. I think that works really quite well. So that's what I've done here, is I have done this pattern here. I do have some other fabric that I'm going to use here. I have a fabric I picked up. It's white with I think autumn colors like browns and oranges and rusty red type. It's a little floral pattern. Let me see if I can find the fabric for you. One sec here. Yeah. Okay. So I have 2 chunks of this fabric that I got. I think it's very pretty, very feminine. You guys see that? And again, it's very light and sheer. It's got a lovely movement to it. So this, which like I said, is kind of a warm, it's like rosewood pink and brown together. That I'm going to be making with this. I think it's going to look pretty good. What do you think? So in any event, let's just toss that over there for now. So that was what I have done this year so far. Is this summer I actually made 1 blouse. Hooray! One thing out of my massive fabric stash is actually turned into a usable, wearable piece of clothing. I've already worn it 2 or 3 times. It looks good. To be honest, I'll look better when I lose the extra pounds I gain, but whichever. You know what? You know how it is when it comes to your weight. No one cares as much as you, right? So let's leave that topic alone. The other thing I'm about to work on is way back at Christmas time, I had pledged to a friend of the family. It's actually my eldest Sam. It's Sam's boss. They have a kid who loves dinosaurs, and so I had found this fabric here. It's pretty nice, eh? Nice. So that's the fabric I found, and I did get it on sale. And so I picked this up because it's got a basic, like elasticized waist pants or shorts. And I'm just gonna make a pair of pajama pants for this little guy. He's about 8 years old. He might be 9. So I know he's right on the edge of even outgrowing liking something like this. However, Sam assures me that his love for things like dinosaurs hasn't worn off yet, and chances are it'll still be a nice thing to have. So yeah, every once in a while, I just see someone else's kid and I get inspired there. Like I just want to do something nice to kind of like bless them, you know? So that's the next thing I'm going to be working on. And then after that, I may choose some stuff for another blouse. I might actually do this blouse next anyways, because it's just I think we're going into fall. It'd be a really nice pattern to do. So I might do that next, or I might choose something else. I don't know. I actually have so many patterns and nice fabrics that I know I've shared some of them with you guys, and you guys know there's many projects I'd like to do. And I feel like it's been 10 months since Sky passed away. I've been in my new job about 1.5 years now. Now when it comes to my new job, there's these things in life we call efficiencies, which is referring to how fast you can do an area. Like I do very good work, I know that of myself, but I always struggle to be the fast guy, right? And so I'm starting to see even those efficiencies are improving and getting better, which means I'm going to find more time and energy to do things like sewing. So I do hope, guys, in this next coming year, I'll be able to share some more projects with you, some things that I'm working on, whether it's for my Miley and Me boutique or if it's just ordinary everyday sewing. All of it is part of being a home sewist. So there it is. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to just hear me out about this update and let me share with you what I've been up to in the last year, and that I do plan to return now and share with you some more step-by-step stuff. For those of you who followed the Luna Lapin series all along, I am aware I never did get around to making Reynard Fox, did I? And I think Clementine Cat, I never finished her tutu. So that's on my list of things to do, as well as we are eventually going to get those last few videos out. As much as I'd love to say I'm going to keep doing a Luna series, I don't know, guys, if I don't know. I think I want to do some more of the clothes first, so I will put Luna Lapin stuff into the mix of priority videos to do. But once I have those 2 things done for Luna, I'm going to focus on some clothing sewing for a while, because I really want to realize the use of all these fabrics and patterns I've done the investment in. So there it is, guys. Thanks so much for joining me for an update here at Cassie Sews. And I'll see you next time with your needle and thread right here at Cassie Sews. Take care, guys. Bye.